Hello guys, I hope you're doing well. Today we have a social lesson, section 3, page number 136, Origins of Buddhism. Open your book, page number 136, and follow me. In section 2 we studied Origins of Hinduism. We got that Hinduism became a common religion in India, but some people started breaking down of the Hinduism. Like what? Like the genes. Like what? Like the genes. Let's go on. Not just the Jains who broke down of the Hinduism, and also an Indian prince who attracted many people to his teaching about life. Who was that prince? Who was that prince? He was Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha Gautama was a prince who grew up in a rich family and felt that something was missing in his life. Again, Siddhartha Gautama, who grew up in a rich family and felt that something was missing in his life. What will he do? Siddhartha began to ask questions about the meaning of human life. The meaning of human life. And why do people suffer in their life? Why do people suffer in their life? So, what will happen? Look at this. After 7 weeks of deep meditation, what do I mean by deep meditation? Meditation, it means what? Think deeply in what? In silence, to get or to what? To understand your questions which you asked before. He had a lot of questions. No one can answer him. The priests couldn't answer him, so he started to what? To free his mind. He started to free his mind. And also he realized something is very important. He realized what? Look at this. First, we have to know how did he free his mind? How did he free his mind? He also started fasting or going without food. No food. And also focusing on the mind of spiritual idea. According to the legend, Siddhartha spent 6 years wandering through India. And he eventually came to a place near a town of Gaya. A town of what? A town of Gaya. He started to sit under a tree, and his followers increased one by one. Why? Because he started to what? To teach them a new religion. It's called what? Buddhism. It's called what? It's called Buddhism. And after he freed his mind, he realized the 3 things. Why do people suffer in their life? These are the reasons. Number 1, wanting what we like but don't have. Wanting to keep what we like and already have. Not wanting what we dislike but have. So, these are the reasons of what? Of human suffering. Human what? Human suffering. What will he do? Look at this. Siddhartha spent 7 more weeks meditating. It means thinking deeply in silence under a tree, which his followers called that tree the tree of wisdom. The tree of wisdom. And he became what? He became the Buddha. He became what? The Buddha. So, who was the Buddha? Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha what? Siddhartha Gautama. What do I mean by Buddha? Enlightened one. Enlightened one. Enlightened what? Enlightened one. So, will he stay in India? Or he will travel to another place to teach the people the new religion in what? In India. We have to thank Allah that we are Muslims. Look at this. Siddhartha traveled in many regions in what? In India to teach his followers about Buddhism. What is Buddhism? Look at this. Buddhism is a religion based on the teaching of Buddha. Who is Buddha? As we said, Siddhartha Gautama. Siddhartha what? Siddhartha Gautama. And the Buddhism depends on 4 noble truths. What are they? Look at this. The main 4 ideas. Number 1, suffering and unhappiness are a part of human life. Number 2, suffering comes from our desires. For what? For pleasure and the material goods. Number 3, people can overcome desire and ignorance and reach nirvana. What do I mean by nirvana? A state of perfect peace in what? In your life. To feel satisfied that you are alive. Number 4, look at this. People can overcome ignorance and the desire by following an eightfold of what? Of ideas. These eightfolds will lead them to what? To satisfy. What are these eightfolds? Look at this. The main idea of how to live in peace, the eightfold path. Believe in the nature, incline toward godness, avoid lies and gossip, don't steal or harm the others, like what must you do and what mustn't you do. Okay? To what? To live in what? To live in peace with what? With the others. To live in peace with the others. What will happen? Look at this. How did the Buddha's teaching challenging Hindu ideas? In section 2 we studied that the Hinduism started to sacrifice animals, and also the priests became the strong people in what? In the society. In the society. But here we have different ideas. In what? In Buddhism. What are these different ideas? If you read this, you're gonna get 2 points. That, number 1, how did the Buddha's teaching challenge it or were different from the Hinduism? Number 1, he stopped the animal sacrifice. No animal sacrifice for what? For the gods, or what? To ask for help. No animal what? No animal sacrifice. Number 2, he said priests couldn't help people. People should start by themselves. So no animal sacrifice, and the priests what? Couldn't help people, should start what? With themselves. Next, how did this religion started to spread in what? In India and out of India? How? Look at this. This map will show us how the new religion started from Gay, the country of the tree of wisdom, and started to spread in what? In all Asia. In all what? In all Asia. But we have another character which played a vital role to make that religion spread in what? In Asia. Look at this. Buddhism started to attract followers after the Buddha's death. After the Buddha's death in India. The spread of Buddhism increased after one of the most powerful king in India. His name is Asoka. His name is what? Asoka. Who is Asoka? We're gonna study Asoka in section 4. And he was one of the strong kings in what? In India. What did he do to make this new religion to spread in what? In India? What did he do? Look at this. Number 1, he built temples and schools. He built temples and schools for what? For teaching the Buddhism. What else? He worked to spread Buddhism out of India. How? By sending missionaries. What do I mean by missionaries? People who work to spread their what? Their beliefs. Their what? Their beliefs. And he sent them to other kingdoms in what? In Asia, to become what? To become a common religion in Asia. So we have another character which was a reason to make what? To make that no religion spread in what? In India and out of India. He is Asoka. Who is Asoka? A strong king in what? In India, who sent what? Missionaries to what? To all countries and all kingdoms in what? In India and out of India, to make that Buddhism a spread what? A spread religion. Okay, dear guys. So after reading that lesson, we have to know this is what, by the way, this is a picture of some children in a temple in Sri Lanka. Until now, they started to visit the wisdom tree, or the tree of wisdom, which is a Buddha sat under it and started to attract the followers to Buddhism. Here we have some questions about this section. Section number 1, who was Buddha? I think you got the point. Buddha is Siddhartha Gautama. And what does the term Buddha mean? The Buddha means what? Means the enlightened man. Enlightened what? Enlightened man. Next, Mister. How did Siddhartha Gautama free his mind? I told you, no food, or he started to fast, and also he concentrating, or what? He focused on the idea of mind, not the idea of the body. What is nirvana? Nirvana, it means what? It means a peaceful state in your life to feel satisfied. How are Buddhism or Buddhist teaching different from Hindu? I told you, no animal sacrifice, and also the priests, okay, have no power. The people must start with themselves, with themselves. According to this, you have to read the answers and check your answers from here. Thanks a million for listening, and I hope what you find my video is useful. Read this again and